what I am going to do next? It's not cool. My apologies. Hey guys, what up? My bonus recipe for today, pain aux raisins using croissant dough. It is a very delicate and beautiful raisin-infused viennoiserie filled with pastry cream. In France, it is typically a variant of the croissant or pain au chocolat. You know all of these. I have a few videos that are telling you the truth about it. Check out my website, brunoskitchen.net. But for now, I'm going to start making the dough without mixer. And you'll see how fun it is. In a large bowl, combine water, yeast and sugar and let stand 5 minutes. Then add flour, salt, sugar and the softened butter. Mix using your fingertips until it comes together and transfer dough onto your countertop. Now the fun. Gather the dough from all sides, pressing with the palm of your hand. The dough should be firm, but it will relax soon as the gluten will develop. Continue to stretch the dough out. After 3 or 4 minutes kneading, it will get smoother and smoother. Then form a ball, tapping against the countertop until it gets very smooth and supple. It should take about 10 minutes. Shape into a tight ball and let it rise for about an hour or until it has tripled in size. Transfer onto your countertop and deflate the dough completely. Fold over all sides, flip and form a tight rectangle. Wrap up and freeze 30 minutes, then unwrap. Flip the dough, wrap up and freeze for another 30 minutes. For the tourage coming up, which refers to the process of folding butter into the dough, you will need a perfectly even slab of butter. And here is how. Just place the room temperature butter in the center of the parchment paper and fold all sides to form a 8 by 8 inch square. Flip and press butter from the center towards the corners. That's it. Then chill until ready to use. For the pastry cream now, bring milk and vanilla to a boil. Meanwhile, beat together sugar, starch and egg yolks. Then pour the hot milk gradually into the yolk mixture, whisking constantly. Then transfer the mixture back into the saucepan, bring to a boil and cook for 2 minutes, whisking swiftly. Turn off the heat, mix in butter and transfer custard onto a baking tray lined with plastic wrap. Wrap up in contact and let cool to room temperature and chill. Now the dough has the perfect consistency, firm but still workable. Flour the countertop and the dough and roll out dough twice the size of the butter slab. Then place butter to cover half of the dough. Fold over the other half. Seal both sides and gently tap and roll out into a large rectangle and fold in 4, giving a double turn, tour double. Wrap up and refrigerate overnight or an hour before giving the next and the last turn. After working the dough, it is very important indeed to set the dough aside to give it a chance to relax. Overworked dough can be tight and tense. It can shrink or spring back. Anyway, the refrigerator and the freezer are your best friends. Now, to give a single turn, tour simple, roll out dough into a 34 by 7 inch rectangle, 85 by 18 centimeter. Flour your work surface as you go, then fold into thirds. Flatten the dough, wrap up, and chill for an hour to relax. Now the most exciting part, the pain aux raisins log. Let me show you my method. Roll out dough into a 24 by 13 inch, 60 by 33 centimeter rectangle and flour your work surface as you go. Well, it feels like it's getting warmer in my kitchen. So, I'm going to place the sheet in a freezer for about 30 minutes because remember, the cooler the room temperature, the better. So do not hesitate. Spread custard evenly using an offset spatula and sprinkle evenly as well with reserved raisins. Roll tightly into a log and cut into 1 inch, 2.5 centimeter thick portions. You should end up with 20 pain aux raisins. Place the log seam side up before cutting. And by the way, the use of a serrated knife and flour are completely useless. Just think, if you had to make hundreds of these every day. Yes, be smart, fast and furious. For best results and handling, freeze your pain aux raisins overnight before proofing. So, right before you go to bed, leave them on a countertop, and when you wake up, they'll be ready to be baked. Brush egg wash twice before and after proofing. So, there's 2 ways of finishing pain aux raisins. For the artisan looking, just sprinkle some pearl sugar and bake. And for the 3 Michelin star continental breakfast, use buttered and sugared English muffin rings. This will give a nice crusty and caramelized finish. Bake these beauties in a preheated 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 degrees Celsius oven for about 20 minutes. For the Michelin star pain aux raisins, you want a special touch-up. Glaze them with an orange marmalade syrup. Don't miss my orange marmalade recipe. I am glad to have shared with you what we can only find in the world's finest room service. Hey, I am Bruno Albouze. I hope you have enjoyed this viennoiserie episode. To get the full recipe, go to brunoskitchen.net. Please subscribe, like me on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. Ciao, ciao. Now you can make it.